You know how like advent calendars for kids, those chocolates?
Yeah, we got one.
I'm like that with pumpkin pie.
No, it's my first Marvel movie. Everyone's like, oh my god, you gotta see a Marvel movie in theaters. So I'm like, okay, I'll go see Spider-Man.
Maybe they should have been in there because I have some opinions on why Georgia is in the playoffs. They should not be in the playoffs.
Oh my god.
Why should
Not
they?
you.
They just lost.
Welcome to the Beer and Sports Podcast. What is funny?
I'm just reading Twitter.
I'm Josh Wingate, Josh Wingate 302. To my, I guess technically my left, is Josh Kimmel, Josh Kimmel OUS. Mugs and Balls on all platforms: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and we are a part of the Say It Again network. How are you doing?
Good, man. It's a very active Tuesday for this guy over here. I've been on Twitter. It's hard to work. Is it Tuesday? Did I say Tuesday? It's hard to work on a Monday after football.
Yeah.
It really is. I've been all day looking at Twitter, just all day.
But you're just a hard worker, so you just continue to work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grinding tape. You know, I'm putting out snarky Ronald Jones tweets and snarky Baker Mayfield tweets. That's what I do. I was told they were the starters. Well, one is, but I was told Ronald Jones is the immediate starter. I was told that. It hasn't happened.
Yeah.
0 carries, 0 yards, 0 touchdowns. Great pace.
Leonard Fournette is that guy, and it shouldn't work for him, but it does.
Yeah, I'm talking
Like
more about the CEH situation, but and that on that front as well.
Oh, that's right. He's in Kansas City now, isn't he?
Yeah,
Ronald Jones. I don't know. Ronald Jones, I immediately went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they kicked that guy. Tom Brady kicked that guy out a long time ago, but sure,
Yeah.
he's really going to work out with Patrick Mahomes. Sure, dude can't pass pro. Come on,
Yeah.
and he's soft.
So, what are you drinking today? Let's get into
What am I
that.
drinking? Oh yeah. Oh, you're
I'm
drinking.
just doing this. I'm just doing that right now.
I'm doing the Florida no
Flavor?
vacancy flavor lager. It's just a basic lager. It is what it is.
Ooh, that was a good one.
I
That
don't
was
want
a
to
good
drink.
one.
It was. I don't want to drink too heavy because I've been falling asleep at halftime and all these primetime games. Last night was rough to get through. Rough. When that Packers-Bears game, I could not stand it.
So, yeah, that was a bad game. I have been getting into a new... So, we've talked about shows previously on this. I was introduced to a new show called Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Have you
I don't
seen
have
it?
Apple TV. I don't have Apple TV.
Oh, I'm going to have to share with you my Apple TV for 3 months so you can watch this. It's good. It's really good. It's divorce happens. She gets the team. She's trying to ruin the team for the husband. So she goes out and gets this college football coach to come over to England and coach a Premier League soccer team. And what happens from there is what happens. But
awesome. Have you seen
good
the whole
show.
thing? Or are you just
I have not. I'm like 4 episodes deep. It's really good right now.
All right.
I like it because it's not one of those shows where they we're gonna put laughing in here so you know to laugh here. It's just it's funny.
track?
Yeah, it's funny. So you're like, oh, that was pretty funny. Or maybe a second later after they're going into something else, you're like, oh, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're supposed to laugh here. It's just a regular comedy and a good drama show at that.
All right. I finished the TV. If we're going to talk TV, I finished Breaking Bad. All of
No,
it.
I did not.
I finished all of it.
I didn't even finish the first episode.
It was hard. The first episode's pretty good. Now that I'm older, and it was a good show. Was not as good as people said. So now I'm kind of afraid to watch Better Call Saul because, I mean, it was a good
Never even heard of
television
that.
show. It wasn't that good.
Well, for
Anyway.
me, your recommendations on TV shows don't go well for me.
I would recommend start watching She-Hulk. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't watch that.
Really? I watched the first
Oh my
two
God,
episodes.
so
It's not-
bad.
It's not that bad.
Oh, it's bad.
It's bad. The first
Like-
episode, she becomes She-Hulk, and she's like, "No big deal." Like there was no like, "What's?"
I don't
going
like
on
the
here?
I don't like the breaking of the third wall in this. Like how they break it, it's not good.
Right. It's yes. The first episode when she's like, "Oh, by the way," honestly, I can believe it because it's a comic book movie or show, whatever. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But the fact that she turns into the Hulk and 30 seconds later she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm the Hulk."
Well, she's a woman. She deals with a lot of issues throughout. I mean, I get like I can see that. Like they played that off fairly well. Like,
No, they did.
look,
That was
I go through so many emotions so much throughout the day. Like, I got this.
No, but just the fact she was okay with it. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to work. Like, what? No, you'd be like, "I'm the fucking Hulk. What is
Yeah,
happening?"
you'd be stressed out.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden there's some bad guy girl coming in and breaking through the courtroom. Like,
And she's like, "Do I have to do something?"
yeah, is so far the
It's
first two
bad.
episodes are very bad. But I digress. Gosh, who watches that show? Who greenlit that show?
I don't know. I watch all the TV shows just to watch them. But I will say Captain Marvel is a really good TV show. I loved Captain Marvel. The last one they did.
I don't know. I haven't even seen Obi-Wan yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
Breaking Bad has taken over my life. It's finally over.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good series, but it's a long. It's very stressful. Like you have to work yourself up to watch an episode for Breaking Bad. But you know
Yeah.
it's
I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
You know it's on it's on basic cable.
Well, obviously that's what we're talking about.
So basically, well, what I'm saying is like it's a stressful show, but it's super predictable. Like, how's Walter White gonna get out of this one?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those shows where it's like, oh, he gets out of it again. Come on.
So just a quick overview of MLB because we're coming up on
Oh God.
play. Get into this like little rut of recap of last week. So let's go do this real quick. Right now it looks like Seattle is going to be a 6 seed. Cleveland's going to be a 3 seed. They would play each other in the wild card.
Wait, there's 6 teams that make the playoffs now?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God.
Tampa and Toronto would play each other. It looks like it would be at Toronto. And then the top 2 teams in the AL are Houston and New York. Going over to the NL, and I'm so mad about what I'm about to tell you, but going over to the NL, Philadelphia would be the 6th seed, playing St. Louis as the 3rd seed, and it's on my birthday, and it will not be in Philadelphia. I'm so mad about that. I would love to be able to go to this game.
You gotta go.
But,
Where's it at?
I can't. It's in St. Louis.
You gotta go.
I'm not going to St.
Show
Louis.
me state. Nelly, put the Band-Aid on right here.
Oh, Nelly was my guy. San Diego, Atlanta, and then Nelly was my guy.
Even with
I mean early Nelly. We always, me and my buddy, we always have this story we tell. In 3rd grade, we had this like little marketplace that we had to find an item to sell, and our partner decided, oh, I'm going to burn CDs. We'll sell burnt CDs and it was like a Mexican market. So for pesos, we sold a burnt Nelly Country Grammar CD to anyone that wanted to give us pesos. Whoever got the most pesos won an award. And I think we ended up winning that award.
Dude, burning CDs
it allegedly happened because it's illegal, but it allegedly happened.
Burning CDs was money. You tell someone they'll make you a mixtape on a CD, $1 a song, easy $15. Easy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I had the capabilities of doing that. Oh my gosh, it takes me back. It's like easy money, but it was legal. So,
what was your go-to?
My go-to what?
Like downloading a CD or downloading music.
Oh, I was on LimeWire and Napster, man. Original OG.
Oh. I did Napster, LimeWire. I did BearShare there for a little bit.
I quit after LimeWire. Like it was Napster, LimeWire. Then I'm like, all right, I'm too old for this shit.
And now people have Spotify where they don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah, they had no idea.
The luxury kids have today.
You had to search a song and download it for like 3
and
hours.
hope that it was actually a song and not something that you did not want to see.
Oh my gosh, they have no idea.
But anyway, let's get into the big news of the week, which was, I don't know if you saw it, but it was crazy. Mike Evans. The Mike Evans fight. What are your thoughts on this?
Look, I have big thoughts on this. There's no. I'm in Tampa. I'm the minority in this one for sure. This has been going back for a long time. These guys do not like each other. Mike Evans,
Yeah.
Lattimore. They got into a fight in 2017. Same
Jameis
kind of
Winston,
thing
right?
where Jameis started the fight and then Mike Evans retaliated.
Well, that wasn't 2017, right? Jameis was on. Oh no, Jameis started the fight. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, that
Good
was
talk.
17.
Good talk.
And then in 2022, Tom Brady started a fight, and then Mike Evans took a huge cheap shot. And a lot of people are like, well, Tom Brady didn't start the fight. He kind of did. Lattimore, now, it's football. Players talk. It happens all the time. Lattimore made a big, not Lattimore, the defense made a big play, big stop. Lattimore starts celebrating. He walked right by Brady, did not look Brady in the face, just celebrated and put his hand up in the air like this, or did this, or something like that. If you're watching, he put his hand up or down. I forgot.
Yeah.
Then Brady decided to turn around like a predator and stalk Lattimore and start talking shit. Seriously,
Mike Evans said something first.
No, Mike Evans was already gone. So Tom Brady turned around and started instigating a fight, right? And then Fournette got involved and cheap shotted Lattimore. And then Lattimore's like, yo, I wasn't even talking to you, homie. And all of a sudden, Mike Evans, 50 yards away, comes in running full speed and knocks Lattimore down for no reason. He wasn't even involved.
You and my wife would get along so well with how you tell stories. 50 yards back. Like, you just elaborate these stories to make them so great.
And then a huge brawl happens. Honestly, to be serious, this should have never happened. Tom Brady should have never instigated this. He admitted it. He said that his emotions were running wild and he needs to keep those in check. He said that on his podcast.
Hold on. Why was Bruce Arians on the sideline?
Because he still controls that team.
So that's who he was jabbing at, was Bruce Arians.
Who?
Marshawn Lattimore.
Lattimore just jaws everyone. Who doesn't keep
Well, he was jawing. Him and Bruce Arians were jawing together. And then what happened was Mike Evans came walking by him and had a comment. And then he started walking off. And then Tom Brady started talking to him, yelling at him. They were arguing back and forth. And then that's when Mike Evans and Fournette was in there too.
Fournette made the initial contact. Fournette made, so that drives me. So suspensions. Only one player got suspended. It was Mike Evans for one game. Should have been more. This was premeditated. He's been planning this. He's been waiting for this for a very long time. He should have got more than one game, whether it be 2, 3, or 4. I thought it should have been 3 or 4 range because he had nothing to do with it. Like I said, it was premeditated. He wanted this. He wanted it. It's dead ass serious.
Yeah.
But people say, well, Josh, you watch hockey. I'm wearing a hockey jersey. That happens all the time. Nobody ever gets suspended for that. But that's in the rules.
Yeah.
Right? The rules are you can do that. And yes, it does get broken up. And yes, there's penalties right there on the field. Football's a different game. NBA's a different game. Baseball, you can't just fight. I mean, if I had to spell it out for you, I mean, it's just not cool to happen in the NFL game.
So, did you see this video, Mike Evans to the ref after the fight?
No.
He said, "That's Tom Brady. What do you want me to do?"
Oh, yeah, I saw the quote. I saw also Mike Evans, after he got ejected, was a fucking badass and signing autographs on the way out. Listen, I'm all for what Mike Evans did. To be clear, even in my chat when this happened with all my Tampa friends, I was like, yo, Fournette's a pussy for what he did. Brady's a pussy for what he did. Lattimore, okay, I respect you. You guys made plays. Mike Evans is a hardcore pussy, but gangster for doing that because he just wants to fight.
Yeah.
So I respect.
I love Mike. I have so much respect for Mike Evans just based on when I watched him in college.
Yeah,
and he made Johnny Football who he was.
Yeah, I've always loved Mike Evans.
Yeah, he's such a good player, so it's hard for me to hate on Mike Evans. Sometimes stuff boils over and you have to do something about it, and I felt like that's probably what happened. And then the last straw was disrespecting the quarterback, the greatest quarterback of all time on his team.
He didn't disrespect his quarterback. He was celebrating. Sorry. He celebrates a play.
Celebrating towards the other sideline.
Happens all the time. Every play.
Is that not illegal in the league anymore? Like, isn't that supposed to be a personal foul immediately?
So it's very gray in this world because I watch Red Zone. I don't know what you do on football Sundays, but I watch Red Zone fucking 7 hours commercial free. How many players stand over other players and flex? Tyreek gave someone the peace sign. That's a very, very, very gray rule, as in it doesn't get called all the time. It really doesn't.
It's supposed to, though. It's supposed to be immediate.
but it doesn't though. And you know what? You know why that rule is there? It's because of the Buccaneers. Because low key, they're one of the dirtiest teams in all of football. Winfield's one of the dirtiest players in all of football. You won't get. He is, dude. He takes cheap shots left and right. He's the reason why this rule's in effect because he gave Tyreek the peace sign. First off, after.
But didn't he give the peace sign after Tyreek gave him the peace sign?
Tyreek does it all the time, and Tyreek does it. Here's why I explain myself. Tyreek gives the peace sign as he's running away, as he's scoring a touchdown. Winfield charged it, hit the man, and gave him a peace sign. So one person's running away, avoiding confrontation. One person's trying to instigate. Whatever, call it what you want. Winfield's a dirty player. The Buccaneers are a dirty team. They're a dirty football team. They really are. And I'm sorry if you can't comprehend that.
I just think they retaliate at things that happen to them, and it happens a lot. You watch baseball, retaliation is expected. If you do something, you're going to retaliate. And I feel like it should happen in football. You do something disrespectful, you're going to be disrespected.
When do you think your team is the villain? As in, do you ever think your team's the dirty team?
I will, yeah. If my team does something dirty, yeah.
Because I'll tell you this, the Lightning were never dirty. They never were. That's why they got beat a ton in the Eastern Conference Finals year after year after year. They became dirty the past couple of years. They became very dirty. And I've embraced the heel nature because I like bad guys. The Lightning have become bad guys.
We've played Tampa Bay twice over the last 2 years. And I can't say I thought they were dirty while we played them.
Because you guys aren't a threat.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on.
They're dirty.
Let's talk about your team. How about that? Let's talk about your dirty team.
Cheetah.
Who had Sue on their team last year, the dirtiest player in all of football.
Sue was on the Buccaneers. Sue hasn't played for the Miami Dolphins. No, Sue hasn't played on the Miami Dolphins for like 4 years.
He just hangs around. That dirtiness just lingers, you know?
What a game, man. What a game. I know.
So,
I already heard. Have you heard Colin Cowherd, that moron? Have you heard him?
No, I have not.
He went on like a 3-minute just trashing Tua. Like, oh, we knew this was going to happen, but he underthrew him every time. And anyone can make those throws. Easiest throws in the world.
Well, here's the thing. I rewatched the game. I watched the game up until halftime, and I was like, this game's over. I'm not watching anymore. I'll go take a nap with my daughter. And then I rewatched the game today. Tua is really good within 10 yards. He's very accurate. He's really good. The only issue he has is possibly reading the defense well enough to get the ball out in time. But in that 10, I'll even give him like 10 to 15 yards. He can be very accurate within that. But you try and get him over, it's a struggle. Like, he's going to be very inaccurate. He's not going to be great. But these two receivers that are on his team and are catching the ball, they can make a 10-yard catch go for 50 yards, as you saw Waddle with that 1 10-yard catch run up and do amazing things. This Dolphins team is going to go at the helm, or however far these two receivers allow them to go. I mean, Tua's going to do his thing, but as long as they get the ball within that 10 yards, it's going to be fun to watch. And Waddle is my number one wide receiver coming out, so I love seeing him do what he's doing.
No, I agree 100%, but I think you're wrong on the receivers. I think it's however far the defense takes them, and the defense didn't show up in the first half. They showed up in the second half. And yes, they had to make those big plays. We didn't think Tua. What was Tua's knock all year? Oh, he can't do it. He doesn't have the arm. When the game's on the line, are you going to trust him? Well, yeah, I guess he just proved us all wrong. It's funny, on the other side of the football, you hear people say, oh, if Lamar gets down, he can't come back.
Lamar had a great game, I thought.
I know. Lamar had a great game. They both had a great game. So what happened? So when you watch the game back, because I'll just be honest, I watched Red Zone. I counted them out at 2:30, 2:15 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Dolphins lost. Moving on. Who's next?
That's where I was.
And
my wife wanted to go to the game so bad. She's a Dolphins fan, as you know. It's in Baltimore. And she was like, let's go. We couldn't find a babysitter. So that was the one thing we couldn't do. But she wanted to go to that game so bad.
Yeah, it would have been a fun game to go to. Jeez, Tua's in. That's his best game we'll ever see Tua play.
Here's my issue. I felt like the Ravens offensive coordinator was awful calling the plays. I thought he could not the play early in the game where they were on the goal line, and they eventually fumbled, and the ball got pushed back. Why were you not doing 3 run pass option plays with Lamar? You did one play where it was kind of a run pass option, but it looked like just a handoff, and Lamar ran to the right. And then your next play was a dive with Lamar. Oh, I hear you. Are we good?
Yeah, you paused for like a split second.
You're going to run a dive with Lamar, which doesn't protect your quarterback, who is someone that has gotten injured throughout his career. Protect him a little more. Do that. Take the eyes away from him a little bit. And then I think the next play they fumbled. Why not shotgun, run pass option? You go 3 ways, and Lamar has the speed to go around the edge if he needs to. Throw it to, let's say, Mark Andrews. I just feel like the play calling is I think you ask any Ravens fan, and it's just bad.
I just don't think they know how to use Lamar, which sounds crazy because he was so amazing, but that was all Lamar. Like you said, when they got to the goal line, I'm like, oh, touchdown.
Yeah.
If Lamar doesn't run it in, this guy will. If Mark Andrews, whatever, touchdown. It don't matter. But the thing is I think that they're missing the running back position's huge in that offense, and they're running out Kenyon Drake. They're running out these bums. Honestly, they're just bums. They're just guys. They're missing Gus Edwards and they're missing J.K. Dobbins, and they were a huge part of this offense. And they don't have. They're missing their number one. Lamar's their number one, but they're missing their key component to that offense. That offense runs through the running game. They don't want Lamar throwing it 30, 40 times. They don't want that. They want to be running the football, and you're not going to see. Although they did score 40-something points or whatever,
because of Lamar.
But you're not going to see this every week because they don't want this every week. They want to play defense and run the football. I don't understand how they let Miami get back into it because by the time Miami came back, Scott Hansen would come back. All right, we show every touchdown, and they got it within 3 scores. And then Scott Hansen would come back, whatever. All right, we have to show every touchdown, but the Dolphins are toast. And then it was like, wow. We're back here, and it's a 1-score game. And it's like, and I'm like, how did this happen? How? If they had J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, that shit wouldn't have happened. It just
I'm kind of excited for the opportunity, and I say this as a fan of football. I want to see Lamar go to Miami because I know there's a lot of talks of that. I think this head coach would utilize Lamar so greatly. It would be unfair. I really do. I think it'd be a beautiful thing to watch in football.
Oh,
because he doesn't get utilized right. You have the best run pass option offense in the league with Lamar. No matter who you have around him, just Lamar alone is the best run pass option quarterback in the league, and you don't utilize it enough at all, and it's ugly, and I hate it. It bugs me so much.
Yeah, because you're a huge Ravens fan.
Huge.
Do you agree? Do you agree that if Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins were on the field,
it would be a different game? Yeah,
a way different game. Miami would have never came back. They would have never came back. But great game. Tua and O, Cheetah.
2-0. There you go, Cheetah.
I saw
that's fine.
There's a guy on Twitter that does these raps. They're awesome.
Really?
He goes, Cheetah. He goes, waddle, 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 waddle.
My wife wants a Waddle jersey.
Waddle.
She's like, I just want to, whenever he scores a touchdown, be able to do the waddle.
He's the best. He's the best.
I love him, so she's probably getting one. He, like I said, when he came out, what is he coming out with? Jamar Chase. He came out with
all these guys.
Who's the Eagles wide receiver?
Devontae Smith, which he was.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And I had Waddle was my number 1 wide receiver. So
real quick, I know we're gonna get to some more NFL games, but I want to get to your number 1 wide receiver this year as a rookie. I have my guy, and he's always been the number 1.
Who was my number 1?
I don't know. Who was it?
I have to relook.
Mine was obviously Garrett Wilson. It was pretty easy. But that's why I want to get to the Jets right now. Did you know Joe Flacco leads the NFL in passing attempts? Did
really?
you know? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that running back
Well,
committee.
let's just say that Josh Allen hasn't played a second game yet, so we'll see how that goes. But the
Josh Allen.
Jets, yeah, he's playing right now, so he's the only guy
Okay.
that could probably pass him. But that game's right now 17-7 in the third, so I don't know. And I'm watching the ESPN game because big touchdown, Quez Watkins, Jalen Hurts. That was like a 60-yarder. Holy moly!
Yeah.
It's now 14-0 Eagles over the Vikings.
Jeez,
Justin Jefferson
really?
does not look happy either. They just showed him on the sideline. He does not look happy.
Um,
Anyway, the Jets, Robert Saleh. Are you buying this? Who are you buying more, Detroit or New York?
Detroit or New York?
Because we saw them both at the Senior Bowl. Both coaches.
I'm buying Detroit.
Buying
100%.
Detroit over New York.
Oh yeah, 100% Detroit.
Think so?
Oh yeah, like they were down and out the first game of the year, and then everyone's like, they're not coming back. They came almost and did what Miami did this week, and then they ended up. Who did they beat this week? The Washington Commanders.
Yeah, they beat the Commanders.
And no one thought, like, I went into a Commanders little chat on Twitter, and they were like, oh, there's no way. We're going to win 31-12 or whatever they said. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you guys are talking about the Detroit Lions this badly? Like, they never give up. And that speaks so much volume of the coaching staff.
I'm gonna go on the other side and go. I believe the Jets more. I always love Robert
Really?
Saleh. I think if you put head coach versus head coach, Campbell versus Saleh, I would take Saleh all day long.
Oh, I'd take Dan Campbell.
I know you're a Dan Campbell guy, but
Yeah.
I still believe this, and I didn't watch much of the Lions game. I still think they're going to be the most penalized team in all of football. I don't know if they're on pace for that, but I just think that at the end of the day, those coaches are trying to be more friends than they are coaches, and I don't like that in a coaching staff. I prefer the non-player coach. So either way, Robert Saleh is building something special there. You have all this young talent. Garrett Wilson looks already like the number one receiver in New York, which he is. Elijah Moore
Yeah.
is the secondary receiver who's awesome. Brees Hall and Michael Carter, if they can figure that out. They already have the quarterback. They think I can't say they think they have the quarterback. They have a young quarterback, a top-tiered young quarterback on the IR right now. Lions don't have that. Lions have Jared Goff. End of the day, I want the potential of the uprise quarterback with a future. The Jets defense is pretty damn good. Like, not great,
Yeah.
but they're building something. I don't really see that in Detroit. I see Aiden Hutchinson. That's
I think
about
they're
it.
building something. They're definitely building something in
No,
Detroit.
they are building something, but if you gave me a choice, I think the Jets have a better chance of rising.
But is that necessarily like a coaching staff thing, or
I
so?
didn't
What
say
you're
that.
telling me? I thought you did say whose coaching
Well,
staff would you take?
I just said, yeah, I asked you, but that's not all of it. It's more of the whole roster.
But I would take a coaching staff that's fighting endlessly with any team, with a lesser roster, in your opinion.
I mean, the Jets just beat Cleveland on the road. They're battling. That's a playoff team. Most people thought that was a playoff team. It's not really with Jacoby Brissett.
Did they?
If you had Watson there.
Yeah. If you had Watson, they don't have Watson.
They don't. They have Jacoby Brissett. And guess what?
Yeah.
The Jets don't have Zach Wilson either. They have Joe Flacco.
A Super Bowl winning Joe Flacco from University of Delaware.
Yeah, University of Delaware. Yeah, it's really awesome.
saying.
I like Joe Flacco. Do you want to talk about the Bengals real quick and your team, your game?
Yeah. I mean, it was a great first half. Beautiful first half.
I don't understand.
What?
I just don't understand what happened. What's going on? I benched CeeDee Lamb in all my fantasy leagues because I was terrified
Really?
of Cooper Rush. He looked pretty good. Looked okay.
Cooper Rush? Yeah, I mean, he looked good the first half.
Yeah.
But from there, who did you see who snapped out in that game though? My boy, Noah
Who's your
Brown.
boy? Oh yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Noah Brown.
That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
guy. Noah Brown, I think he's going to be really good and he's going to be an asset for this team. But Cooper Rush is Cooper Rush. He did well the first half because our running game was going. We were getting push on the offensive line. But second half, he just didn't do anything. Couldn't do anything. And they came back because of it. Defense was out there. I think at the end of the game, they were like, the last drive was 8 minutes. And they said I think if I remember correctly, they doubled the amount of time our offense was out there total in just like 2 drives or something like that. So our defense was like washed at the end of the game. But I'm not a big Cooper Rush fan. He can get the job done as long as he keeps the ball. And I was talking to my dad. As long as Cooper Rush doesn't turn the ball over, our running game gets going, and our defense plays very well, Cowboys will win a lot of games. But if they can't do that, then it's going to be ugly.
Yes, I just don't. I do know what's going on in Cincinnati, and that's why I had them out of the playoffs. Remember when I had them out of the playoffs?
Yeah,
Remember
their
that?
offensive line is terrible.
Offensive line is beyond terrible.
Yeah.
And that it's a Super Bowl slump. It happens, and maybe they're not as good as they thought they were. Maybe Joe Burrow's not as good as everyone thought he was. Maybe that offensive line bodyguard guy, maybe he's not as good. I don't know. I just know it's not working right now, and they're 0-2, and they've lost to Cooper Rush and Mitchell Trubisky. That's not you're already behind Baltimore. It's just not going to be good for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know how they recover.
Did you hear what Chase said about Trayvon Diggs before the game? A couple weeks before.
Tell me.
Basically, he was like, he's a hit or miss kind of guy, all or nothing.
Yes.
He's not a lot of technique, but he can go and try and get the ball. That's basically what he was.
Yep.
And Trayvon covered him most of the game, and he got 5 catches, 54 yards, no touchdown.
Yep.
So,
pretty shut down.
And then he did shut him down, and I think there was a message sent. Oh, okay. So Trayvon Diggs in coverage versus Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 14 yards.
Yeah, shut him down.
So,
that's pretty good. I don't think it's going to happen all the time. They had a bad game. It's going to be hard for Burr to get the ball to Chase if he's getting sacked he's just getting sacked. Oh my God, he's going to score. No, don't score. Yes.
Diggs people came to Diggs for his comments on after the game, and he said, "People want reactions. I don't give anyone reactions. That doesn't really do anything for me. I know what I'm capable of. My coaches know what I'm capable of. My teams know what I'm capable of. My team. I just go out there every play, give it my all, or give it all I've got. We take care of the rest. Try to get W's." And then he went, and he ate a W.
Everyone's eating W's these days. I really need Dalvin Cook to score a touchdown here. No.
So Vikings are playing the Eagles, and Bills are playing the
Titans. Yeah.
Titans.
That just destroyed my fantasy week right there. Kirk Cousins just threw a touchdown to Irv Smith. It's now 14-7.
There you go.
And the worst part of it is I have Dalvin Cook, and I'm going against Kirk Cousins. So
I have not watched this game yet. Luckily, I have where I can watch the games afterwards.
NFL Plus, is that good? What is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing as Coach's Film before, where you could go and watch the game.
When are the games available? Let's say if I want to watch a game.
I'm pretty sure they like an hour afterwards or something like that.
I was gonna say I was fishing for you to say, oh, you can watch them live, because if that's like the Sunday ticket.
No, you can't.
That's so lame.
They only you can watch them live, but it's only the games on your cable provider.
That's so lame.
Yeah.
What if you can you watch Red Zone on there?
I'm not sure.
It's on my cable provider.
I'm not sure.
It's on my cable
I think you get NFL Network. I don't know if you get Red Zone.
That sucks.
But right now, I could probably watch the current game on right now.
Probably, yeah, because it's on ABC. Anyway, people are loving this. Can we go to one more game before we wrap this up? I really want to talk about the Indianapolis Colts.
Sure.
And
what is going on?
Well, I mean, like I told people, it's hard to score touchdowns when your whole practice squad is out there catching the ball. I mean, they didn't have anyone worth of anything. Paris Campbell, I don't shut your mouth about Paris Campbell. He's nothing. He's a nobody. He does the. It was a bad game plan. In that situation, why aren't you featuring Naeem Hines and Jonathan Taylor? Instead, it was like halftime. Taylor had 5
Shut
carries
out.
for 4
Am
yards.
I correct? Am I correct? They got shut out.
Yeah, 24-0. Sorry, you must have froze again as I kept on talking.
No, you're good. Yeah, I'm watching the game now. But so you're trying to tell me they don't have the receivers?
No, well, they did in that night or that game, and it doesn't help when the Jaguars, they have awesome edge pressure at all times, and Matt Ryan has zero agility, zero awareness.
But they're supposed to be known for a defense.
Who?
The Colts. Colts are supposed to have a decent defense. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Trevor Lawrence kind of took over, had a great game, and the Colts couldn't score any points. Like that's base. And come on, Matt Ryan's constantly throwing interceptions, putting the Jaguars in great field position. This was on Matt Ryan and that offensive line. Josh Allen.
So you're
was
telling
just
me
eating.
is I should have started Trevor Lawrence this week?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
What are you reading? What do you? I need to know what you're reading.
I'm immediately going to all 22 right now, which if you do beer 22, you can get, I believe, 80% off and sign up, do a cool little league. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
So you look at the All 22 website daily?
No, I don't look at it daily.
How often do you go on it? I go on it once
a week, probably. Devonta Smith didn't play?
I don't know. They're not going to be great.
Oh, no, they're playing right now. What am I talking
Yeah.
about? I'm going to crush this guy.
Are there updated scores? Like, you know how you're feeling, how you're looking.
Yeah, I'm losing by 2, and he has. When does Butker play? He already played.
Yeah, he's on IR.
And then George Kittle, he got hurt, right?
Yeah, he's on IR. He's out. He's out.
Yeah.
So you beat this guy. I had Lamar. So if I didn't win, PFF's dumb. Sorry, All 22. Great product. I love it. But if I didn't win, I have Lamar. Unless I'm facing fucking Tua, which I highly doubt I am, I should win automatically.
Trayvon Diggs got a 58 in his grade.
Is that good?
No.
See, this is so
After shutting down Jamar Chase,
Yep.
he got a 58.
That's how it works. That's how it works. So the rest of the show, guys, is going to be us checking out our PFF scores.
Yeah,
all
for
22.
sure.
Did Lamar get 100? Just check that. He needs to
yeah.
get a 100 for that performance. Tua also deserves 100.
Let's see. You are called Josh K.
Yes. I'm the
What do you
most
get?
original team name ever.
It doesn't let me look.
Oh. Thanks, all 22. Can't look at my score. Okay. So since we're done talking about the Colts apparently and their problems.
Well, what's their problems? Tell me.
Their problems is the fucking quarterback and the offensive line and the fucking coaching. How about that? The coaching. Everyone would agree with me. The coaching.
Yeah, I think most Colts fans would say they don't like their coach. Quarterback, I don't know why they keep trying to get this veteran quarterback that's washed up. They constantly are doing that recently. And then you got Jonathan Taylor, who's being wasted on the Colts right now. I don't know I thought they're going to be good this year. I don't know. I don't know.
So what you do is, and I don't know the Colts draft. Do the Colts have their draft pick in 2023? Because if they do, which I don't know, if they do, they just need a tank. There's no point. What are you fighting for? Your team's not. Matt Ryan's not going to get you to the victory lane like you want.
What would they have traded up for?
What do you mean? I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure they have their first pick in 2023.
Okay, good.
And then they have
get one of these quarterbacks. Stop playing the old man merry-go-round. Old quarterback after old quarterback after old quarterback. Get yourself.
And then they potentially have the second round pick from the Commanders.
There you go.
So they'll have a first, a second.
I don't care about the second round. We're talking
Two
about
seconds.
first round. We're talking about
Second
one
round,
pick.
you can make moves. You can make moves.
Yeah, you can, but I don't give a fuck about those. I'm talking about tank, get a top 3 pick, and grab one of these quarterbacks because you're not
Well-
playing. You're not going to win in the playoffs.
Well, you tank. Say you don't necessarily tank to be the worst team, and you have a first round pick that's fairly high. You have a second round pick that's fairly high, and then you have another second round pick that I don't know what it's going to be, but you can maneuver with it to go get a quarterback.
They're going to get a quarterback. They have to. There's no other chance. There's no other option. There's no other.
And I don't know what the quarterback draft. Everyone's saying it's the greatest quarterback draft ever. They say that every year, so I don't know.
They didn't say it this year. They didn't say it this year. But they
I mean,
also said these receivers weren't as good as last year, and these receivers are pretty damn good.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, honestly, I expected a lot of bad players, and these players are pretty. Traylon Burks looks pretty good too. Drake London, yeah, Burks went to Tennessee. He's looking good tonight.
Yeah,
Drake London had a phenomenal game.
I'm standoffish about Burks just for the fact of his the asthma acting up in practice freaks me out.
He's fine. Have you heard about it since?
I've heard that he was throwing up in practice. He sits out of practice a lot, so it kind of freaked me out. I don't know.
All right.
Anything going on in hockey?
No, it's about to start though. I mean, I don't really pay attention to.
When does it start back up? October.
October-ish. Yeah, we got our game plan coming. So next month I'll be at a game. There's not much going on though. I don't really pay attention to the off season for hockey at all.
So you don't pay attention to the draft was a month ago, right?
Nothing. I pay attention to nothing. I'll see this player left or this player signed here, but I'm not following it. I have no time for that. I was watching Sports Center last night, actually, after the games. I'm thinking, man, I used to watch every fucking highlight of every fucking play of every game, and now I make it through 30 minutes and I'm bored. I want to move on. I used to know the relief pitcher of the Toronto Blue Jays. This is 5 years ago. So it's not like this is when I was a kid. I just don't have time for baseball or any other sport. Literally, I have.
You guys got
1.5.
You guys drafted Isaac Howard, a forward.
There you go, Isaac Howard, my man.
Yep.
My guy, dude. NHL drafts and to me NBA drafts and even every draft of football is so hit or miss.
Well, from what I'm understanding, a lot of these NHL players don't even make it into they have to go to the minors.
Yeah.
Like baseball. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have minor league hockey teams. Yeah, that's how most sports work, except for the NBA and NFL. Isn't it crazy? A second round pick after the 10th pick in the NBA, the pick is useless. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? You have 100 teams in the NCAA, and you're telling me you only have about 10 players coming out each year that are good.
That is crazy. Well, it's good enough to contribute right away.
But that's because
they don't have a farm club.
And let's be honest, their benches are too small. Their rosters that's why football players have 53 men, hockey players have 25.
Well, and they don't basketball doesn't really have a farm system. They're trying to get that going now. But it's not been good. They need to learn how to develop players instead of just letting college develop players and whatever.
I wish they just came from high school still. Not even them, just all sports. That'd be so cool.
Could you imagine a high school player coming into the NFL?
I mean, you'd have to try. You wouldn't make the team. Let's be realistic. That wouldn't happen every year. But
could you imagine Archie Manning coming out next year? I'm just going to enter the NFL draft.
Well, why not? And so a team can take a shot at him and sit him on the bench for a couple of years, and he can learn. He's getting paid to play in practice.
Well, you get paid to play in the college football as well.
Is that legal now?
Yeah.
Okay. It is legal.
NILs.
I don't know what any of that stuff is. College football is so bad.
Did
I tell you
what's up?
Did I tell you I was watching college football on Saturday? I turned it on for the first time. First game, 42-0. All right. Let me go to the next game. 38-0.
Did you go to Georgia?
Let me go to the next game. 58-0. All right. Let me go to the next game. 9-6. Oh, cool.
So
can't wait to watch these awesome college football games.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
High school quarterback and Miami Hurricanes commit Jaden Rashada is said to have signed the biggest NIL deal yet with $9.5 million deal.
So he gets $9.5 million.
And he hasn't even played a snap in college.
What do you
He's a
feel?
high school commit.
We never talked about that. What do you feel? You think it's okay?
I think it needs to be a team thing rather than a individual player thing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it needs to be distributed throughout the team, not to the individual player. Because then it can be used for recruiting.
Yeah, I just don't know how you can do that.
You do team deals.
And then you do it as recruiting, and you're like, oh no, everyone's going to go to Alabama because they have the most money. Right? Like, it wouldn't be fair because then everyone would just want to go there to make the most money.
I don't know. One player in high school getting $9.5 million.
I mean, he and the funny thing is because there's going to be a ton of players that just suck.
Yeah.
They can't make the transition. That can't can't exceed. What do they do? Get their money back? Come on, this is insane. No. and you're giving a high schooler not that saying he's getting $9.5 whatever million like right away. Maybe he is. I don't know. But you know how many mistakes he's gonna make as a child? He's a child.
Exactly. That's why I think it needs to be like I would love for that. Like even put it into a bank account where they can get it a little bit at a time, and then bulk of it when they graduate or get a scholarship or not scholarship, but get a diploma.
Oh, you know what? Oh my God, that's a great idea. I bet you this has been talked about.
Oh boy, are you going to be smart here? I feel like you're going to be a smart ass.
No, it's serious. Right. I feel like it's been talked about, and I'm not going to be a smart ass. That's a good incentive. You cannot get your money. You get this amount per week, but if you want the lump sum, you need to graduate.
Yeah.
You need to graduate with an associate's degree. You don't make them go.
No, I think you need to get a bachelor's.
No, because a lot of players, if they're that good, they don't stay the fourth year. They don't. What are they gonna do? Come back? No, they're in the NFL now. I think
a lot of kids do. A lot of kids do, or NFL players do go back and get their degree. And
I think a 2-year degree is fine.
So well, here's the thing: you either get paid out throughout a little bit at a time until the whole entire contract's gone. Or you can go and get that lump sum of it after you get your degree.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying though. Like a lot of these kids, like the kid that is getting $9.5 million, he shouldn't be able to touch that money until he gets an associate's degree. Like to prove that he went to school, he did this, because he can get that 9.5 and go deuce it. Like first game, deuces.
I think you should. Okay. Here's this, and people are like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about right now?" And we're just one-upping each other. So you get paid a little bit at a time. As soon as you enter. As soon as you join college. And then as you develop. So say you would pass your second year of college, because most don't do an associate's degree. They go straight to bachelor. You get a little more money added into your weekly payout. And then once you get your bachelor's, you can get the lump sum of what's left.
There you go. I like that.
But
no more.
It doesn't stop. If you don't get your bachelor's, it doesn't stop. You just get paid that amount of money weekly until you get all your money.
I like it.
Given to you.
I like it. We solved all of college football's problems. We solved some of the Colts' problems.
Yep.
Problem solvers here. My son's very hungry. He just woke up, and I gotta go feed this boy.
So is that your last words?
Oh! I thought you were gonna do the whole log off thing.
Oh yeah, Mugs and Balls, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Josh Wingate 302, Josh Kimmel US. Again, say it again, network.
Does it look like Tom Brady transitioning?